share a piece of music with you. I know it's terrible because I played it. And I'm sorry it's not the worst one. I still got something to show you. Don't laugh. It's an entire story. If you really want to understand what it's talking about, you can check on my Weibo later. Because this picture I painted last year, but I have another one to show you. It seems better now. But this picture I painted 20 years ago. So I know you might have a question, how it's getting worse? And I also understand most of your conclusion must be out of imagination. But how it happened? I think it is because I became an adult. Since we became adults, we started to afraid of making mistakes. We choose to be the best or nothing. So if we do not dare to try any mistake, it seems like we trapped ourselves in an overprotected world. And since then, we started to lose a lot of abilities like imagination and creativity. But what is this strategy? For me, I have a special one. It's being a positive pessimist. Let me try to explain the concept first. To be a pessimist means you get very low expectation to yourself and you prepare to lose. What about be positive? It is easy to understand. It means you make best effort on everything and you have very strong willing of winning the game. But if you combine these concepts together, it seems like a paradox. Yes, I think so, but I also think it is the way the world is going to be. And it really works in the reality, because we can always find something around us. They have totally opposite two sides, but they combine together and work well together. So, how to be a positive pessimist? Let me share some experiences with you. I know I'm not old enough to tell stories, but these stories really meant to me. The first one, back to 2012. It was the first time I became a TV series producer. As you know, I am an actress and a singer. But work as a producer was totally unfamiliar for me. So, remember first, I had to be a pessimist. So I had to imagine what would be the worst consequences. I think the worst one must be no one would buy it and I will lose both my time and money. And the whole investment equal to the revenue I earned by acting for the past years. And what about the whole market? You know, in China, only 20% of TV series can finally sold and broadcast on TV. What about the rest 80%? In the past, they just changed into pipe of tapes. But now, even worse, we just got data left. So I asked myself several times, can you really accept the worst consequence? I think yes. At least I could try. So I started shooting. Remember, the next step, I have to be positive. Because I am a huge digital fan, so I decided to use some high technique in my TV series. So I focused on 4K resolution. What 4K is, let me explain. Usually you see the film on the screen in the film theater. The size is 2K. And what 4K is, 4K means 4 times larger than 2K. And it also means 50 MB per frame. You might still be a little bit confused. It's okay, but you just have to remember, it was a huge obstacle in front of all the TV series group in China. Because before us, there are just a few groups tried 4K resolution. They tried to input 4K. But no one really tried to output 4K productions because it was really hard. Only director Zhang Yimou was trying his film Hui Lai for the first time. And when we finished all the shooting work, when we entered the post-production work, the real nightmare came. I still remember, we want to output a 5-minute trial for Beijing TV Festival. But after a whole day's working, until our computer crashed down, we just got 50-second trial. So I was crazy. What can I do? Because it is a 30-episode TV series, but I just got 50 seconds. So I asked our counselor, because at that time, our technical support was Red, which is the biggest digital camera company in America. So their feedback was they use HP base station in America. But we didn't have any HP base station in China. And it was too expensive. We cannot even afford that. So we decided to assemble our black apple. And we tried the output mode from dozens of combinations. And after 6 months' work, we succeeded. So my TV series 淑女之家 became the first TV series in China which output the real 4K resolution production. And I succeeded in selling it, and with a very good performance on TV. Thank you. So, after this experience, I learned, sometimes don't be afraid to take huge challenges. You can prepare to lose, but conquer it with your grit. The next story happened last year. I took an invitation from Bear Grylls. Does anyone know that? If you know that, you might thought I was crazy. Yes, this man who stands on the top of food chain. He almost eats everything. But you might think I was crazy. Yes, because before that, I didn't know physical activities. I had very bad condition. I was afraid of lots of things. I was afraid of height and insects. And I didn't even dare to take a roller coaster. But I almost took this invitation immediately. Because I truly understand, if I lost this chance, I would never earn it back in the rest of my life. So I decided to take the adventure. So during the 20 days adventure, I caught rats, I caught mice, I ate insects, but I didn't drink urine. And I almost cried every day in the first half journey. And the most impressive moment was the day before last day. I still remember that day. Our mission was to cross a canyon just through a rope hanging between the 2 cliffs. You can see from the picture, but you can't see the wide. It's very long. And the standard posture was you lean a whole body onto the rope, and use one of your legs backside and hook up the rope with your ankle, and you just pull yourself from one side to the other. When it was my turn, Bear said, Cecilia, are you sure you really want to try that? Because if you want to quit, you can quit now, because I know you can't make balance, you can't use your left arm. Yeah, because I was not lucky. Before that mission, about 2 days ago, I hurt my left arm. My nervous system got injured, so my little finger kept shaking for a whole day. I didn't even control that. So I barely could not use my left arm. So, as a pessimist, I have to imagine the worst consequences. Because it was a reality show. You know, sometimes reality show is very dangerous. Because if you can't perform 100% well, sometimes it means you will face savage criticism on life later. And I might fall down again, or I might hurt my left arm as well. So I was thinking about, should I really have to try that? But I think at least I won't die. So what? I decided to take that mission. But when I really leave my body onto the rope, it was far more scary than I thought. You can see from the picture, because my poster, as my team member said, my poster was so ugly. Because she said I was just like a dead caterpillar hanging there. I just gave my half body on one side and left the rest part on the other side. And it was not the worst one. The worst one is because my arm cannot hold my upper body and my head, so I could not face up. So I could not see the end. So what can I do? I know I have to think positive. So I also know that sometimes be positive doesn't mean you just speak out some propagandas. You have to do something for real. But at that moment, the only thing I could see was a rock just 3 meters ahead. Nothing else. So I decided to set small targets. So I focused on that rock. But something magical happened. When I really concentrated to that rock, I forgot about the height. I forgot about keeping balance. And even forgot about the end. I just remember focus on that for myself. Then I started to seeking more targets in front of me. And any tiny object became glittering images in front of me. So after trying several times, I realized I was so close to the end. And finally, I succeeded. So after that experience, I learned sometimes there is no shame to be a loser. You just need to set small targets and devote yourself. So these stories which happened to me shaped me as a positive pessimist. And until today, I know I'm still a bad piano player, a bad painter, not a very successful producer. But I love to be a positive pessimist. And I know nothing could stop me being better. Thank you.